Welcome YouTube friends and family to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So you may notice things are slowly starting to look a little bit like Christmas. And today I wanted to share with you an idea I had because have y'all priced wreaths? Wow, I am just amazed. And I've been making what's called a deco mesh wreath. So it's a wreath with this netting type stuff as well as ribbons in it. And that's one style of wreath. But because this year I didn't want to spend much money, but I wanted to change up my decor a little bit and take advantage of some of my mid-century modern and antique items, I purchased 2 of these white wreaths. Now y'all know, if you're a craft store shopper, Hobby Lobby, and I think Michael's as well. I don't have a good Michael's near me. They always put their decorations out almost without fail. It's 40 or 50% off. So I purchased 2 actually of these white wreaths for a total of $17. Now a very well decorated wreath. They had nothing in the style I would want anyway, but a very well decorated wreath, even half price, is upwards of $50, $75, $80, you know, for anything of size. And I wanted a couple to put on my stairwell to kind of go with my mid-century pink and aqua look. So I purchased these 2, and from making different wreaths, I have some leftover pink mesh, a couple rolls of that, and then, yeah, it sticks together, guys, some teal. And please excuse, I'm still dealing with the whole respiratory thing. And then I have some different types of ribbon. This came from Walmart. The rest of these, I believe, were, oh gosh, we're all over the place. I think they're all Hobby Lobby, the rest of them, these 3 for half price. And I actually have a lot of this because I wasn't sure what all I was gonna do with it, and I may be using it to wrap gifts. So how can we turn this a very blah white wreath into something beautiful? Stay tuned. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of fluff my wreath. I'm not gonna be super precise because we are going to be adding ribbon and mesh curls to it. So I just wanna see what kind of volume we'll have. And these are pretty good quality wreaths. These are not dollar store type wreaths, so I spent a little bit more. Like I said, $17 for 2. They were half price, originally $16.99. So one of the great things about starting with a wreath like this is these make great tie downs for ribbons and mesh. So you really don't need a lot of extra stuff. So let me just begin by, I'm gonna cut some mesh curls. Now you could do these any size you want, but a standard curl, if there is such a thing, is usually around 8 inches. So I tell you, oh, wait a minute. There we go. It is a right-handed world. Yeah, I put this mat down backwards. So you just want to cut as straight as you can, which as you can see, and sometimes it'll hook. The mesh is super easy to cut. I'm just using a rotary cutter. And then you may be worried about all of this ravelly look on the ends. So all you need to do is roll it up tight like this. And then we will be placing these around the wreath like this with ribbon. So let me get some of these cut and I'll bring you back and we'll start putting our wreath together. Lots of wreath for less. Okay, so I have cut 4 pink, 4 teal, 8-inch pieces of deco mesh, and we'll curl those up as we begin to assemble the wreath. And then I cut 12-inch lengths of 4 each of this ribbon. So I have the sheer teal, the polka dot teal, the pink polka dot, and it doesn't pick it up well, but this actually has teal in it as well. So I think I will put the pink with the pink probably, and the teal with the teal. Let me double check. Yep, Okay, so super simple, guys. Pick a starting point, like a midpoint, and if you look at the construction of the wreath, it is two layers, 2 tiers. So if you want it really full, and I may decide that, I may come back and do another row. So I just kind of work it and evaluate as I go, because you can make this your own. It doesn't have to be just like I do it. I know this certainly isn't everyone's favorite colors, but I definitely like anything that's sort of vintagey, mid-century, modern. So that's my jam. So I'm just going to put the curl and the 2 ribbons together. I'm picking a point on the bottom, and I'm just twisting a couple times, and then I'm gonna separate those ribbons out. And I can already tell you guys, this is gonna need 2 rows. I like it floofy, if that's a word, floofy. So this is what we're starting with, and I'm just gonna alternate colors around the base. I'm gonna cut some more, and we'll alternate in the middle. I'm gonna speed myself up so you guys don't have to watch the excruciatingly painful, or maybe I'll just pause myself and bring you back once I have the outside finished. Okay guys, welcome back. I am so thrilled with how this looks. Ta-da! Okay, not everyone's cup of tea, I know, but think with me for a moment. You could use a green wreath, you could use red and white mesh, you could use a plaid mesh, you could use different sorts of ribbon. I'm going for a certain look, so I am very tickled. I ended up with 6 on the outside, 4 on the inside, and so it didn't take a lot of material, guys. I'm going to be wrapping things with pink and teal for years to come. So I want to share something with you. So for Christmas this past year, my actual sister, not Sharon that I call sis, and this is in really deplorable shape, she gave me this box that says Santa Land Christmas tree ornaments, 1 dozen, manufactured for New York Merchandise Company, product of Poland. Well, she said I had some of Grandma's Christmas tree ornaments. Well, I did not know that. My Grandma Victoria that I'm like always talking about, right? So I actually started looking at these, and that is not what is in here. These are true, they are not shiny brights, true vintage glass German ornaments. So you see how tiny the cap is here? Very, very small. Like when I put it up next to my eye, you can tell. And they have glitter, they're very pretty. Shiny bright ornaments were actually started in 1937, and I'm going to do a video when we get there, closer to the 50s, all about shiny bright, which it's actually quite fascinating. So I don't want to like ruin that part of telling you about shiny brights, but they were originally made in Germany, and then Max Eckert came to the United States. And what I'm doing, guys, is I just cut a chenille stem is the proper word. I call them pipe cleaners. I don't need fancy words. And I'm going to place these ornaments in a place of honor around this wreath. And I'm using white chenille stems because the wreath is white. But anyway, Max Eckert, he contracted with Corning Glass to make the ornaments. And I think 37, 39, somewhere thereabouts, Woolworths ordered 250,000 of these ornaments, and they sold like hotcakes. Because up until then, if you remember when we talked about the 20s, ornaments were very, very expensive. They were usually purchased one at a time, so there were not a lot of highly decorated Christmas trees because it took many years to really get that collection. So let's keep going around here. These are really quite lovely, and when my sister gave them to me, I cried, because I did not know any of those still existed. And I was very close to my grandma. And then once I opened them up, I mean, look how gorgeous these are, guys. And they're in very good shape. They have the what I think are original hooks. I would say this box, it's probably close to the 70s, if not 1970. However, Gold Circle is the tag. Gold Circle was kind of near where we lived growing up. I don't know if it was just an Ohio thing. Kind of think Kmart, because it's very similar to Kmart. And I remember my mom shopping there a lot. So that may well have been, and my sister's 64, so she's older than I am. It may well have just been something that my sister had and she put these ornaments in, or even my mother had the box and gave it to my grandma at one point or another. So really not sure the origin of the box, but what I can tell you for sure is these ornaments are not Gold Circle ornaments from the 70s. They're quite stunning. So I think this will be, I'm just pipe cleanering them on, just twisting them. I know you can't see what I'm doing. So here you have, gosh, this doesn't even do it justice at all. The colors are not, oh, I don't have the light on, that would be why. So I think I might put a bow on it, but I just wanted to share this with you, how easily you can take something really, really plain that you buy on sale for half price, or even, guys, you can go to the Goodwill sometimes and find ugly wreaths and just cut the ugly stuff off and make them pretty with a little bit of ribbon and mesh. And then, you know, I really hadn't thought of putting, I don't know why it looks green and red, because it is pink and aqua. So let me adjust the lighting here. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the second wreath, and I will bring you back at the end to show you what the final looks like. Stay tuned. Well, I finished the 2 wreaths, and I think they are absolutely stunning. I wish they would show true colors, and I may put some battery operated lights on it. I'm not big on lights, but it fits very well with my decorating scheme this year. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed today's video. If you don't mind, drop me a comment below. What color scheme are you going to decorate with this year? Are you going traditional? Are you going old school? If you haven't already, would you please go ahead and smash that like button if you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and share the video if you know someone who'd like to learn to make a wreath like this. As always, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and I will see you all Saturday. Take care.